airlines, there's a website out there, excuse me. There's a website out there called www.strandedpassengers.blogspot.com. Okay, and what this website is doing is they have crafted, what is it, Bill? A Bill of Rights for airline customers so that we no longer get fucked over by the airlines.
That's what they're trying to do, because I don't know if you've been flying lately. It's fucking brutal, dude. This is what they do. This happened the other day on airline. You get to the place, right? And they tell you that your flight is boarding. You get on, they do the whole, you have a very full flight. Yeah. We're out of pillows and all that type of shit.
Yeah, I love that. Because God forbid they prep. See, this is why they're fucking cocksuckers, okay? Is because... Dude, how much more can they nickel and dime you? You don't get a meal anymore. You got to pay $5 for a bag of chips. You got to pay $5 for your fucking headphones on a 5-hour flight to watch a movie, right? There's certain airlines where you got to pay $15 extra to sit by a window. The least these fucks can do is have enough pillows on the plane. I like how they act like that morning a construction crew came in and added another wing to the plane.
I know, it's so simple. You got 260 seats. You need 260 pillows. They run out of that shit. Dude, I'm telling you, like, in the last probably 6 flights I've had, 5 times, this is the scam they do. They get you on the flight. It's always the same thing. They always say, sir, we have a very full flight. Like this is a surprise or something. Every fucking one of their flights is sold out. I don't know how they're not making any money. But then they pull you away from the jetway, and then they just drive you off to like this rest area. And then they pull that shit. This is your captain. We just found out that we have a fucking delay. Like they didn't know when you were sitting in the airport where there's oxygen and food, that they didn't know that there was going to be a delay. They just get you on the fucking plane, and then they stick you out there.
And that's the most annoying part, is the attitude they have about it. I was thinking about that on the plane one day. It's like I'm tired of the entire staff on the airline having the same attitude that the pothead sound man has at the Rock and Roll Club. Like, hey, man, we're just rocking and rolling. We'll get there when we get there, brother. Don't stress, man. And you're like, no, dude, I actually have fucking 3 shows to do tonight. I got to go. Let's go. You know what I mean?
No,
like
people have been snapping. Like I heard on Continental Airlines, they actually had a delay of like 5 hours. They took these people, and they shut the engines off. Then there's no air. The bathrooms are starting to overflow and that type of shit. And they just leave people out there for like 5 fucking hours. They actually revolted. They started banging on the tops of the...
like Attica?
Oh, yeah, totally. They started revolting, and they demanded... That's what fucking sucks, is they won't tell you what's going on, and they just leave you out there. So it's called... I don't know what fucking website you just said, but it was like...
www...
No, dude, that's not the one. That's like 9 years... It's flyersrights.org. Flyersrights.org. Somebody was on a flight. I guess they stayed on the ground for like 12 hours. And dude, they will not let you off the fucking plane. They start doing that 9/11 shit, you know what I mean? 9/11, man, you got to stay out here. So they're trying, it's going into the House right now that we're actually going to have some sort of rights. We're trying to get some sort of rights.
And that's what kills me. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck? You're a stewardess. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm getting off of the plane.
What would happen? What
would happen if you just pulled open the emergency exit and let down that balloon slide and just went and just left? What could they do to you?
Yeah, well, what do you do then? Then you're just running around like a clueless animal.
You know how funny that would look, just to see the guy racing across the tarmac. It's just that one little guy in that gigantic open fucking runway trying to get away.
I'm telling you, they would put you in jail for so fucking long. They charge you with some sort of terrorism, because I know when they took these people off this plane, when these people demanded to get off this goddamn plane, they actually they brought police in. They had like they had like dogs and shit, and then they sat there watching them like they were dangerous on some level.
Dude, it's ridiculous. This needs to be done. It's absolutely ridiculous. The fact that these Dunskies get any sort of authority.
Dunskies.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
It really was awful.
That was like
I think Matt from New Jersey might have a point.
That was like something that the great Ragu would say.
I don't even know who that is.
From Laverne and Shirley. The big Ragu, that's his name. Carmine from Laverne. Never mind, forget it. the fact that these people have any authority over you, it's absurd, dude. You don't need a degree to work for an airline. You don't need anything.
Well, what I like about this is finally a corporation is fucking with little people, and finally there's actually somebody trying to do something about it. Like I was sitting on the plane just feeling that's what we need here. We just need a fucking union. If everybody just stood up and just said, bitch, open the fucking door. Dude, I sat out there. This is what my deal was. I was in Denver, right? They oversold the flight. Once again, how do you do that? There's 260 seats,
I love
right?
it. We oversold the flight. They are scum. They are scum. These airlines are scum. They have taken an inch and ran 8,000 fucking miles.
Dude, it's like, Ryan, listen, so they oversell the flight, and then they tell us because of the altitude in Denver and because how hot it is, they can't put enough gas in, so we can't make it to Newark. We're going to, like, crash in Kentucky or something. So we had to fly to fucking St. Louis. We land. Then we sit there for an hour waiting for the gas guy to come over. He puts gas in the fucking plane. And then what do? They drive us over once again off to the side. You think you're taking off. And then they just shut the engines off. And then they're like, there's a delay in Newark. And it's just like, dude, will you stop? Just stop lying to me. What's going on? Are there too many fucking planes? I don't know what's going on, but you know what? Do we need to take a break here? Because I want to hear some...
no, we have 10 minutes still.
Okay, well, I want to hear some from people out there. We got a guy on the line here who flies every week. I want to know if they're experiencing the same shit I am, if it's just because I'm a comedian and I fly so much that this stuff is happening. And I also want to know, if people are actually going to this flyersrights.org, because I would love to have some sort of power in that situation. I was literally just sitting there. The only thing I said was, "Are you going to feed us?" I literally put my hand up like I was in second grade.
And they didn't feed you, did they?
No, they didn't. I got one bag of fucking peanuts.
Scumbags.
Between Denver
and
St.
They got a free
Louis.
Pass after 9/11, and they took advantage of everybody with it. And that's exactly what
here's Matt from Arizona. He says he flies all the time. Matt, what's up?
Hey guys, I'm on a flight every week, and it's all about them opening up the gate for the next group of assholes to fly out. So they get you out and they put you on the tarmac, and we fly from Arizona to Vegas, which is like 20 flights a day, but they want to get you on that flight because you're booked, and you sit there for 2 hours and you can't go anywhere.
Dude, it's brutal. And you know what the deal is? The second they pull the jetway away from the airplane, it's considered an on-time departure. So I guess you can't complain and try to get, an extra bag of peanuts or some sort of miles or something like that. What's the longest delay you've had?
I've actually, the longest delay I had was about 5 to 6 hours, and it was flying out of Boston down to Myrtle Beach with some buddies, and they started giving out beers at first, but then they realized that probably wasn't the best idea to keep a bunch of guys drinking for 5 to 6 hours, and shit got a little out of hand, and then we ended up having to sleep in an airport. So I think that's their policy now, is they want to get them out of there, because I'll just drink in the airport all night and get drunk.
Did you guys did you have to revolt at all? Was there did they get you right to that point? When did they finally pull the plug?
No, they ended up pulling back in, and then we slept in the airport overnight, which is a great time. And then they told us we can fly to Cincinnati in the morning, which is a shithole, and then we can fly. And then they bump you all around. So really, I get a great kick out of like Southwest, who does that airline show, and they make everybody like the customer always look bad. But these people are sons of bitches every week when I'm flying. Whenever you got to talk to them about a delay, they don't give a shit when they make them look like great on this A&E show.
No, they're scum. They're absolute scum. And you don't face these problems with any other type of public transportation. I take buses constantly and trains constantly when I'm doing tri-state area gigs, and I've never, ever, ever had these problems. It's the airlines. They're corporate scum. Absolute scum.
Opposed to what, the mom and pop Greyhound bus station?
But I'm serious, dude. I mean, you take Greyhound. Greyhound, it says bus leaves at 12 o'clock, gets in at 1:50. That fucking bus pulls in on the nose every time at 10 of 2. If not early.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you get treated. The only difference between taking the bus and flying an airplane is with the bus, at least you won't plunge 30,000 feet to your death. All right, man. Thanks for calling in, man.
Well, no, because airline travel is the safest way to travel. These fucking douchebags, they've really fed us all this bullshit for all these years. And
Joe, the anger you have, you literally sound like you just stepped off the airplane.
Dude, it infuriates me, man. I went through something once where I had to fly from New York to oh, damn it, where was I going? I was going to like fucking Kentucky or something like that. No. I was going to Texas. No. I was going to.
Maybe you were on a bus to Albany, Joe,
I was going
and you
somewhere.
dreamed that you actually had
I
a
was
gig where
going
they
from
bought you
New
an
York.
airplane.
I was going from New York to somewhere on the East Coast, right? The goddamn connecting flight was going to be late, or the first flight was late, so we were going to miss the connecting flight. So I had to fucking fly down into fucking like Florida or some shit, and then transfer there, and then shoot all the way back up. It was the most harebrained fucking configuration.
Dude, you know what
of
the worst
flights.
one is? I can't stand Southwest because I hate how they try to act like they're just so relaxed and shit. We got to take a break coming up.
No, yeah.
Have you ever flown Southwest?
Yeah.
They all dress like fucking Robin Williams.
Yeah.
They got like Hawaiian shirts on and shit.
We don't do seat numbers here on Southwest. You just pick any seat you want.
Yeah,
right?
I want a certain level of professionalism, and I want the captain to be in control. But, dude, when they pull you off that runway, dude, that's happened, like, I swear to God, like 4 of the last fucking 6 flights I've taken, and the second they cut those engines, you know you're fucked for the next 2 hours. They don't feed you. They don't bring anything around. It's brutal.
Dude, JetBlue's like that, too. They have all those dumb fucking broads running the fucking flights. Yeah, and they come on and they're joking around. Oh, looks like we're stuck on the tarmac. Sorry.
Are you old enough to remember when stewardesses used to be good looking?
Yep.
The second they went to flight attendants, it just became old broads and gay guys.
Yeah. It sucks.
It's fucking
sucks.
horrific.
And then you know they do the thing too. I had this fucking guy, this gay dude once. He was pushing the the drink cart.
Uh-huh.
He fucking rammed me twice with the drink cart in the leg, and then another time he walks by me and he fucking elbows me in the head, and I buzz the thing, and he comes over and he's like, "Yes, can I help you?" And I go, "Yeah, you want to fucking say excuse me when you elbow me in the head, dude?" And he's like, "I didn't elbow you," and I go, "Yeah, you just fucking elbowed me, dude," you know? And he's like, "But I'm sorry," but, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm a dick. Yeah, I'm a dick. I remember I was on one
Joe,
flight once.
I didn't realize this topic was going to bring out such passion in you.
I was on JetBlue, and
Has anything good ever happened to you on an airline? I mean, I'm
Never.
kind of pissed about this, but I'm nowhere near this mad.
never. I was on a JetBlue once, and it was when those Geico commercials were big. I just saved a bunch of money, right?
Uh-huh.
And the chick comes on the fucking thing. She goes, well, everybody, looks like we're going to be sitting here for about an hour. We're 19th in line or whatever, right? Sorry. And then she clicks off, and then she comes back on and she goes, but I have some good news. I just saved a bunch of money. We're switching to Geico, and starts laughing.
She did that joke?
Yeah, dude. And my fucking blood was boiling.
Did it bomb? Please tell me it bombed.
Yeah, it bombed. Everybody was pissed off. And then I had a fantasy in my head that that I would come on the loudspeaker and go, "Hey, everybody, I have bad news. Your plane has just been hijacked. But I have some good news. If you look out your window, you'll see that miserable cunt fall to her death."